Hello viewers, today in this video we solve one problem of trigonometry. This is proof that, and the question we have here, if cos A is equal to tan B, cos B is equal to tan C, cos C is equal to tan A, then prove that sin A is equal to sin B is equal to sin C. So without getting delayed, let's enter into our topic. Here this is the problem of trigonometry, and this is proof that. Given, what is given? Cos A is equal to tan B, cos B is equal to tan C, and cos C is equal to tan A. Then we have to prove sin A is equal to sin B is equal to sin C. Here these all are given, and we have target to prove sin A is equal to sin B is equal to sin C. Okay, this is our target. We have to reach to this target. Okay, so here we are going to start our solution. We know that sin square A is equal to 1 minus cos square A, and we can write 1 here, 1 minus, and instead of this cos A we can write tan B. Instead of cos A we can write tan B, so we can write here tan square B. Similarly, sin square B is equal to 1 minus cos square B is equal to 1 minus, instead of cos B we can write tan C, 1 minus tan square C. And similarly, sin square C is equal to 1 minus cos square C is equal to 1 minus, instead of this cos C we can write tan A, then we get tan square A. Now we have to do that. We have formula tan square A is equal to sin square A by cos square A. We know this formula. This is very simple. Tan A is equal to sin by cos we have. Then tan square A is equal to sin square by cos square. And here we write, instead of this sin square A we can write 1 minus tan square B. Okay, then we write here 1 minus tan square B, and by cos square A. Instead of this cos A we can write tan B. Therefore we get tan square B, and here in this side we have tan square A. So we can do next step. Tan square A is equal to, this is square, okay, tan square A is equal to 1 minus sin square B by cos square B whole upon we have sin square B by cos square B. We can write, instead of this, the formula of tan B is equal to sin B by cos B. Okay, we have written here. Then we can write cos square B minus sin square B. Okay, this by cos square B, and this sin square B by cos square B, and we can cut this cos. Okay, and in next step we write here tan square A is equal to cos square B minus sin square B by sin square B. We can write this, and now we just do cross product. Okay, then we get tan square A into sin square B is equal to cos square B minus sin square B. We can write here by cross product. We can write tan into this sin, then we get tan square A into sin square B is equal to cos square B minus sin square B. Here now we can convert this tan, what is the tan? We can write here cos C. Instead of tan A we can write cos C. Then we get here cos square C. And here instead of this sin B we can write what we have, 1 minus tan square C. 1 minus tan square C. Instead of this sin B we have written here, you can see 1 minus tan square C. Okay, and here instead of this cos we can write cos square B. The formula of cos square B is 1 minus sin square B. So we can write here 1 minus sin square B minus sin square B. This is remaining. And here we can, now we can do here cos square C 1 minus sin square C by cos square C we can write. Then here in this side we can do simplify and we get here 1 minus 2 sin square B. Okay, then here we can just simplify this, you will get cos square C minus sin square C, because this cos C and this cos C cross each other. Here we can write 1 minus 2 sin square B. Okay, this is separate. Now we can write in this step, instead of this cos we can change it into sin, because our target is in sin form. So convert it into sin form, we get 1 minus sin square C minus sin square C, this is square, is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square B. Or we can write 1 minus 2 sin square C is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square B. And here we can cut this 1 and 1. We get 2 sin square B. This minus comes this side, then it becomes plus. And when this minus goes this side, then it becomes plus. Then we can write 2 sin square C. Here we can cross 2 also, because it is same. And here we have sin square B is equal to sin square C. And then we can write here sin B is equal to sin C. This is first step. Here we have shown that sin B is equal to sin C. Now we will go in our next step. We have to show this sin A is equal to sin B is equal to sin C, and we have shown that what sin B is equal to sin C. One step is left. So we continue to our question. Let me rub this first. Here we go to our next step, that is sin A is equal to sin B or any other equation, or sin A is equal to sin C. We are going to show here. Then here also, if we take tan square B, we have formula sin square B by cos square B. Tan square B is equal to sin square B by cos square B. And instead of sin square B we can write 1 minus tan square C by, and instead of this cos B we write tan square C. Tan square C. And here we have tan square B. Okay, tan square B. Tan square B is equal to 1 minus sin square C by cos square C, and here sin square C by cos square C. If we simplify this, then we get here tan square B is equal to cos square C minus sin square C by sin square C. We get this, and then after in next step we just cross product, and then we will get here tan B is equal tan B into sin square C. Tan square B into sin square C is equal to cos square C minus sin square C. Here now we continue this side, okay, or instead of this tan B we write here tan cos A, okay. Instead of tan B we can write cos A, and instead of this tan square B we write cos square A. Then here we get cos square A, and instead of this sin square C we have 1 minus tan square A, and this side we can write 1 minus sin square C, because this is the formula of cos square C is 1 minus sin square C. Then we can write a 1 minus sin square C minus sin square C, or this side we write, if we simplify this, then we get cos square A minus cos square A into sin square A by cos square A. This is the formula of this tan square A, and this side 1 minus this minus 2, okay, 2 sin square C. Now we cross this cos, we get cos square A minus sin square A is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square C, okay, or cos square 1 minus sin square 1 minus sin square A minus sin square A is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square C. We get here 1 minus 2 sin square C. Now we simplify, then we get 1 minus 2 sin square A is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square C. Then we can cross this 1 positive 1 positive 1, and if this minus 2 sin square comes this side, then it will be plus 2 sin square C, and when minus 2 sin square A goes that side, then it becomes 2 sin square A. We can cross this 2, and here we have sin square C is equal to sin square A. Then here we can write what we can write, sin C is equal to sin A we can write. This is next step. This is next. Now before we have shown that sin C is equal to sin B. We have shown this sin C is equal to sin B before this solution, and now we have shown sin C is equal to sin A. Then from here we conclude that sin A is equal to sin B is equal to sin C. Now we conclude here, hence sin A is equal to sin B is equal to sin C. Okay, proved. We successfully reached to our target. Okay, so you can see here, this is the proper solution of this question. In this way this video ends here. If you like this video, then hit like button, and if really you get help from this video, then don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you for today.